Hey guys,
I'm Jerry.
I'm Sierra.
We're ladies.
And we tangent.
What's up, everyone? Hello.
Take 2. So, what I said last time where you guys weren't here because you actually were here, but the audio wasn't plugged in. So thank God we figured that out before we got very far. We're in a different spot today. Surprise. We're in Jerry's bedroom.
We're in a different side of my bedroom.
Yeah. And I made this joke before, so it feels weirder to make it now. But the only person who knows I made it is Jerry.
That's
Anyways,
true.
What I said was normally we're in her bed when we're in her bedroom. And then
and we let you guys watch us while we're in our bed.
Seems weird.
Our bed? My bed.
No, it's ours.
When you're there. When you're here, you're family. When you're here, it's ours.
It's Jerry's bedroom. When you're here, you're in my bed.
And that's what I've always said.
But what was I going to say to you? Oh my God, I had a whole thing. There's a siren.
I thought it was a duck. What does that say about my hearing? How about today? The boys walked outside. Speaking of hearing things outside, the boys walked outside, and when they opened the door, Brady hit play on his on something he was watching on his phone, and it was a man speaking, and so it sounded like there was a man outside.
Scary.
Because when they opened the door, that's when I heard it, and I was like, "Excuse me, who's in my yard? How did you get here, and why?" But it was just on his phone.
That shit spooks me.
I know.
There might be an episode coming with friends of ours where I talk about the hearing voices situation I had.
Yes.
And let me tell you something. That didn't make me feel any better, that conversation.
Yeah.
It spooked me a little bit more to the point where when we were in Texas, which we just got back from our last leg of tour for this leg,
at least
everybody.
for now.
Or last show of this leg.
Yep.
Started having spooky dreams again. Started having Haunting of Hill House dreams again.
Mm-hmm.
It was so scary.
Yeah, I've been having
And Jerry
a lot of
wasn't in my
dreams.
room with me because Corey was there. So a man was in my room, the horror. And so I didn't feel safe at all. I only ever feel safe when Jerry's in there.
And
I don't know why.
Do I have masculine energy?
You do. And I also feel like if something was really up, well, and I say this because I actually know this for a fact. If I woke up and I was like, someone's in our room, I feel like you would be like, up.
Yeah.
I'm fucking checking it out.
I fear I would start giggling.
Like, yeah, but you would make me feel better about it. And you would actually get up and check. Corey would be like, it's fine, Sierra. And then he would go back to sleep. And I'm like.
And then you absolutely still would not be settled.
That is not helpful at all.
Mm-hmm.
Or he'd be like, what do you want me to do about it?
If they're here, they're here.
If they're here, they're family.
And that's what I've always said.
But, what I was going to say was, hopefully this is one of the last times you see us in a different place because we should have a permanent solution very, very soon.
Very soon.
Very soon for you.
It
so
would be done already, except not enough flooring was ordered. And now there's just part of my floor that is unfinished. Hey, Hazel. Can you not? She's putting her nose under this cord, and I'm like, you're going to fucking wreck something.
She's laying down right on top of all the most important cords.
I know. I almost want to see if I can get her up on the bed, because then she'll go to sleep, and then we just have to worry about her snoring.
Yep. Mosby's much more like a ballerina. He's very, she wants to be like Mosby, but you're not a ballerina, Hazel.
She was like, you showed me attention and now I want to be close to you.
Yeah. Dogs, dude.
This will also not be a problem. Mosby's going to open the door because he's a person. But this will also not be a problem once we get the basement finished. Yeah. And we are so effing close.
We're so close.
I found out that they had the flooring that we needed in stock at our Lowe's, and I was almost like, Brady, go get it.
Let's just finish it ourselves. This is a DIY project.
It's so close to being done that Forrest peed in the basement bathroom.
Yeah, so the plumbing is working?
Oh yeah, everything's hooked up. Everything's
running. It's just the flooring.
It's just one part of the flooring.
Yeah.
The flooring in the office is done.
Yeah.
It's finished.
We can't put stuff down there and just.
I mean, I guess we can, but we need to clean it first.
Yeah,
and Brady's like, we should wait until they're done doing shit to clean.
That makes sense. Yeah. Plus, then we have to do a whole moving situation.
Which is going to be something because I don't know how we're going to get shit out of our office
There's
because
also insane construction happened. They're like redoing the entire plaza that's right outside of our office.
Yeah.
Literally like
up to our door.
Multiple big ass trucks out there all the time. And I'm like, what are
Brady said we're going to have to go on the cover of Nightfall.
I think he's right.
Well, because that's the way we can back the trailer up because otherwise there's going to be too much traffic.
There. Yeah.
Oh, well, it's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. And that's the thing is like everything that's been stressful has sorted itself out. I've hated it in the moment, but then time passes and I'm like, oh, my life goes on. I'll have other moments to hate eventually.
Yeah, that's like, it was, everybody was telling us travel was going to be horrific. And then I was seeing it everywhere. And you know me, I panic easily in situations. And I don't panic in a bad way where I make it everybody else's problem.
No.
I just tend to then...
You ruin your own life.
I ruin my own life because I have to think of 12 different solutions in case I need to have a plan A, plan B, plan C, plan D.
Yeah.
E, F, G.
Yeah.
So...
A, B, C, D. These plans don't want to fuck with me.
Exactly. And then we get to the airport and they're like, it was maybe the easiest we've ever gotten through an airport ever in our life. But I was like, this is amazing. And I do believe the shutdown was ending as it was.
Yes.
So like that could have been contributing to it, but genuinely so simple.
Yeah. I remember walking through and being like, you lost days of your life.
She did say this. She did. She was like, and we got there like 3 hours early, which ended up being fine because me and Corey, I think you too. We all just
I had a
drank.
Christmas ale.
Yeah, we were drinking. Then Christmas ales were out, and we were like, this feels festive.
Mm-hmm.
And then the most wonderful thing happened. We went to Texas, and when we came back to Cleveland Airport, it was all decorated.
They had decorated
Christmas stuff. And I was like, I've never gone anywhere for Christmas. I know that flying for Christmas holidays is a big thing. I've never gone anywhere. I've always had all my family here with me. So like I've never seen an airport decorated for Christmas. And it was so, I like had tears in my eyes. I was like, I think I feel festive.
It was so festive. It was so jolly. It was giving Home Alone.
Yes. Yeah. It was fun.
Yeah.
I liked it. So anyways, tour is over, guys, for now. And hopefully in the future, because you all did such an amazing job showing up for us and showing them that you
activate their praise kink.
you good girls.
Oh my God, somebody called me a good girl in Dallas and I lost my fucking mind.
We both stopped what we were doing and we were like, sorry.
I'm sorry, what?
Say that one more time for me.
I couldn't stop doing the Jennifer Coolidge like breast thing.
Listen, that's what I was going to say also about this last leg of tour or the last 2 shows of this leg. First of all, the entire leg, let me just be so clear, was amazing. Amazing.
Yeah.
Couldn't have had a better time. I'm really growing a lot of love for our show. And I had it before, but I had such an attachment to Camp Tangents that it was really hard for me kind of. I get really sentimental about things. It's the like cancer
kids.
son. It's the cancer son in me. I get so sentimental.
It's also like kids, you know, you love your first kid so much that you're like, how do I do that again? How is there
Will
enough?
I ever have another love for that again?
Yeah, if I have another kid, like what if I, like, am I going to compare it? Am I going to like not have enough space in my heart for it? And then if I end up then am I going to lose what I had for Camp Tangents kind of thing? And yeah, I feel like Camp Tangents was exactly what it needed to be when we were doing it.
Yeah.
And I'm proud that it's our first tour and like that we put together a show like that. Again, if you want to see it, it's on patreon.com/ladiesandtangents.
It is available for purchase for anyone, not just if you're a patron. So.
Yes. And it's the Nashville live show, which was one of our favorite live shows during that time. And now Girls Gone Mild has just, my favorite thing is seeing, I love the shows obviously, but I love seeing what happens afterwards.
Yeah.
Because especially for people who have come to multiple shows, I just saw 333 on this clock over here. Multiple shows, I see a change in them.
Yes.
There are certain people I've met and I remember even saying to them like, I know we've met before and I see your confidence growing.
We can tell. It's crazy.
And like the stories that people are sharing and the community and how brave people are with going by themselves.
The amount of people recently, compared to the first couple shows who have admitted that they've came alone, is crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy, which is, again, a testament to like the entire community as a whole.
Right.
Because
that's something we started sharing with the audience, where like we started kind of shouting out people who came by themselves, and we wanted to celebrate them for doing something really brave. But then we also wanted to take a moment and be like, hey, everybody else who's here, you are the reason this person feels safe.
Yeah, to be able to come here and do this alone. So hopefully, and I mean, fingers crossed, like we said before, we'll ride this thing till the wheels fall off, because I really have grown such a love and fondness for this show, and for touring again.
Not this ladybug. Why is there a ladybug in here?
333 and a ladybug? Those are like two lucky things, except is that a Japanese beetle? Okay, it's going to be a ladybug in my eyes.
It's a ladybug.
It is. Anyways, but I really had such
Not me trying to smell my fingers, because I think Japanese beetles stink. I think it is a Japanese beetle, but
that's okay.
We're going to go it's a ladybug.
Remember the one time on this show that I got smacked in the fucking face by one of those heroes?
Oh my God, yeah. Yeah, one of the episodes.
Fun.
I think that's like the thumbnail of it.
Yeah.
That was really fun.
Really, really a great time.
Yeah.
But anyways, hopefully you guys, whoever didn't get to come, I hope we can come to your city in the future. And
we
again,
got to go on the coast. We spent a lot of time in the middle.
Yeah, we got to go east and west.
Yeah.
And we want to. Trust me, we want to.
We wanna. Also, here's a little story that just happened right before. So Ollie lost his front tooth.
Yes.
I told Susan about it, and she was like, if he loses his other one, he's got a very specific song to sing for Christmas.
What a great time.
I know. How lucky. But he's been it's close to his birthday. His birthday is 2 days after Christmas.
That's right.
And he goes, so I
forgot
was born.
He was a 27 baby like me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He goes, he is your exact opposite.
Yep.
Yeah, he is
December 27. Yeah. Wow.
He said to me today, he's like, so I was born 2 days after Christmas? And I said, yeah. I said, well, you started to come on the 26th, the day after Christmas. And then he just wanted to hear about like being born.
Yeah.
And I was like, you don't remember?
Get a better fucking brain.
So I started explaining how my water broke, and he like looked at me, and I was like, well, when you're in my belly, you're in like this sack of water. You're like swimming in water. And then when it's time for you to come out, the water comes out, and that tells me that a baby's coming.
So your water broke with him too?
It didn't break with Forrest. It did with...
Same with me.
Yes.
It broke with Noah, but didn't break with Sawyer.
Yeah, it broke a week early with Ollie.
Me too.
He was due in January.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was like...
Noah was due in March.
So
5th.
crazy, dude.
Yeah.
So crazy, dude.
It's awesome.
Oh, yeah, you were over with Sawyer.
Yeah.
And I was over with Forrest.
No, I wasn't over. I was a week early on both.
You were?
Yeah. Sawyer's due date was the 27th too. She was born on the 20th. Mm-hmm. And I was kind of bummed because I wanted 2 27s, but...
Why did I think you were late? Is it because we were trying so hard to get her out?
Yeah, but
I was just because you were uncomfy.
Yeah, I just really... She was like a big baby, and I wanted her out of my body.
That's
because I'm a tiny midriff lady.
Just a tiny petite little girl.
I mean, I'm not, but if you would look at me, like my midriff size is so small compared to the rest of my body. It's shocking.
We're all legs. Yeah. That's what we've been told our whole lives.
So like, I feel like I've just had a very small midriff, and it all went in one place. And I was like, hey, she's actually smothering me. I can't breathe.
Yes.
So
yeah. Organs are in my chin, basically.
Yeah.
I think most of us know that we should be more responsible with our finances. Yeah. Figure out a game plan, try and take control of it before it steamrolls us and takes every last bit of money from our account.
And that's a fact.
But it's hard to figure out how to do that. But our friends at Rocket Money, they make it simple and easy to track your funds, know where they're going, and simplify your budget every month.
Rocket Money is a personal finance app that helps find and cancel your unwanted subscription, monitors your spending, and helps lower your bills so you can grow your savings. They also show you all of your expenses in one place, including subscriptions you forgot about, which, hello, is my biggest thing. There are subscriptions I saw on Rocket Money that I had not thought about in years.
And also, it's easy to cancel them. It's one click. Or if customer service needs to get involved, Rocket Money will talk to them for you so you don't have to do it, because we all know that's the worst part of canceling subscriptions.
It really is.
Rocket Money has saved users over $2.5 billion, including over 880 million in canceled subscriptions alone. Their 10 million members save up to $740 a year when they use the app's premium features.
So cancel your unwanted subscriptions and reach your financial goals faster with Rocket Money. Go to rocketmoney.com/ladies today.
That's rocketmoney.com/ladies, rocketmoney.com/ladies. So I tell Ollie that, you know, Daddy and I had a safe word. And when you were I know.
Daddy and I had a safe word to a 7-year-old.
He doesn't know. I guess I said code word, not safe word. I said Daddy and I had a code word. Either way, it sounds bad. But I'm talking to a 6-year-old.
No.
Okay? He doesn't fucking
code
know.
word is fine.
So I said, my water broke and I called your dad and I said apricot because that was the word. And he goes, why would you say that? And I was like, because I couldn't talk to anybody without them freaking out about me having the baby. And so I had to say, if I don't say this word, then don't treat me funny.
Yeah.
So I told him I said the word, and that we went to the hospital, and then I was there for 8 hours, and then I got some medicine to help with the pain. And then about 3:00 in the morning, it was time to start pushing. He goes, did you poop me out? And I said, no.
You said, yeah.
I said, I don't think I pooped. I was like, but I had to push to get you out. And he goes, well, where did I come out? Your belly button? And I go, you came out my vagina. And he goes, what's a vagina? And I was like, he goes, you mean your penis? And I was like, no. I mean my vagina. And he goes, so you peed me out? And I go, no.
Kind of.
I said, there's a hole where I pee, and then there's a hole where babies come out. And he goes, okay. I'm like, I'm not making this up. Stop making me feel weird. And he goes, you got to show me your vagina. And I was like, I'm not going to do that.
I'm not going to ask that.
I'm not going to. I said, no, I just know that, like, that's how that happened. And he goes, oh, wow, I got to learn more about vaginas. I'm like, you don't. Please don't go to school tomorrow and ask about vaginas.
I was going to take away any Google because.
Well, luckily he keeps saying vagina and not vagina. And so
he can't, like, Google. Like, hey, Google, show me a vagina.
He doesn't have access to any kind of Google like that.
He has a tablet, doesn't he?
No.
Oh, okay.
We keep losing them.
Great. Good.
We lock them up in the safe.
Smart.
Yeah. And you can't get on the internet on those.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah.
Very smart. Because I was going to say,
they're like the Amazon one, so it's basically like a Kindle, but
yeah. That's what I had for Noah for the longest time.
Yeah.
But he doesn't have. He has a bark phone because I don't want him searching
vaginas.
at all. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Noah never did that. Noah never had like a moment where he was wondering about how babies were made or anything like that. Like, I think that kid was just like, what I don't know won't hurt me.
I feel very grateful that he didn't ask how he got in there, that he just wanted to know how he got out. Because I'm like, I feel like that's fine. I mean, he goes, so are you a girl? And I was like, I am. I am. And he goes, so girls have vaginas. And I go, well, I do. And I said, and only people with vaginas can give birth through them. He's like, okay. I'm like, can we wrap this up? I really would like to be done with
this.
That's
the hard part about being a parent, where you want to be like honest and just like obviously using correct terms and all of that stuff is very important and like smart for kids to know, because again, we've talked about like kids in grade school also do have periods and stuff. So those things are things that kids
to be thoughtful of,
honestly, should probably learn. But like, it is, no one prepares you for how uncomfortable those talks are to have. And let me tell you, someone with a 13-year-old kid, the talks I've had to have with that boy recently, he said to me the other day, we had one, I won't say what it's about, because again, I'm respecting his privacy, but And then he looked at me and was like, I'm really glad that you're like as cool as you are, because this would have been really uncomfortable otherwise. And I was like, that's right, brother. It sure was uncomfortable.
Yeah, I
but
feel
I went inside
totally
and I was like, but I played it cool. I played it cool. It's just hard as a parent because you're like, I want you to be my little baby. I want you to be my little boy.
Yeah.
And now you're like, you're a teenager. You're going to be 14.
Right.
Like, I can't. You're going into high school. Like, I don't want, what do I do here? But I want you to be well.
Dude, high school next year.
Well educated. I know. I know. We knew a girl in our class that was pregnant in the grade that he's in now.
Yes.
So that's why I'm like, I'm trying to have these talks so that he's very well educated and can make smart decisions and doesn't want to hide things from me. But at the same time, I'm like,
this is tough. It's tough.
It
and I can't hold a poker face. I know. Horrible. I just start laughing and then he starts laughing. So like, I don't know. I don't know
all
if
of
that's
a sudden now vaginas are funny.
They're always funny. But like,
they've never not been funny.
I mean, that happened too the one day where we're laying there and he goes, so what's God? And I immediately started laughing. And I was like, I have to not.
Where do I go with this?
I have to get better at that. I have to work on not laughing when I'm uncomfortable.
Oh, definitely. Because I'll tell you, there's going to be uncomfortable situations really soon coming up. Sooner than you think. Really coming up in your like next 3 years.
I'm upset.
So just know that.
I love being a boy mom.
It's really fun.
I love being a boy mom.
Do you want to talk about limerence some more?
Yes. Hey, you know what? We had such a wonderful response.
We really
to
did.
Limerence last week.
I was actually very nervous about it because when we kind of were like, yeah, let's make this a part 2. Then I was like, what if they fucking hate it? And then it's terrible. And then we've already committed to a part 2 and they're like, actually, I don't care about this at all. But the response was wonderful.
And I shared things that I thought that I would never share.
Mm-hmm.
And I was scared about how that was going to be received. And I was very grateful that people not only listened with grace and understanding, but also shared that like I wasn't alone in that experience. So thank you for everyone who took the time to share that as well.
Everybody, honestly. We're going to get back into it. So if you haven't listened to this, the part 1 of this, go ahead and listen back now. It's literally the episode right before this one.
Yep.
To kind of catch you up, because I'm not going to do too much of a recap because we still have quite a bit to catch up on. And if you want to, this will be linked in this episode, but it's also linked on the last one. This is just like a little article that I found that's on the attachmentproject.com that is called What is Limerence and How to Overcome It. Again, limerence is not something that is like a set in stone psychological term. It's more of a theory.
I think there's a lot of terms that we've
covered in that way.
Yes, in that realm. You know what I mean?
So I just want you to know that, again, if you are new to listening, we're not claiming to be psychologists or like.
You think that there was some
super
kind
smart
of
about this
limerence between the Big Beautiful Bill and Donica Lewinsky?
Why would you say that?
I'm sorry. I didn't know anything about it until we got home from Texas.
Jerry, I knew about it when we were on the drive home, and I didn't know how to bring it up because I didn't know if it was real or not, and I still allegedly, but but listen, I love my girls, my gays, and my theys. So, be your true self. I just find it very ironic.
Yeah.
And
I would like to hear from Donica himself what his thoughts are about this rumor. I mean,
you know what's crazy is he likes to talk about everything else. It's very, very strange that he hasn't come out and said anything on Truth Social about this.
That's what I'm saying. He really wanted us to know how big his hands were. That's all I'm saying. I'm so sorry. One more thing before we get back into this, because now that we're talking about gay stuff,
I love talking about gay stuff.
I sent this to you, so you already know about it. And I did tell Brady. I know you guys are like, what the fuck? Just wait. I did tell Brady I was going to bring this up on the episode because I said I wouldn't post it, but I did want to talk about it.
Okay.
You guys know the trend where
yes,
you say things my husband and I have put in our butt. Me? Nothing.
None.
And then
That's
you
enough.
go to him and you ask him a question for him to explain something.
Yeah.
And they start listing shit off.
Yeah.
I did this to Brady.
It was fucking hilarious.
And it was so fucking funny. I am going to play it for you now because I feel like nothing.
I just want you to know that I showed it to Corey on accident. I didn't know what the trend was. And then I realized, and I was like, oh, it's a trend. That's so funny. And then I said, you know what's crazy? Is number one, I could never do this because I've shown it to you now. And number two, I couldn't because I've stuck so many things on my ass.
You have?
Hell yeah, brother.
Oh.
So
someone's going to be like, do you remember that one episode you said you stuck your finger up your ass? Shut up. This is for a trend. Okay. The joke is to say nothing. Okay, you ready? These are all the things that my partner and I have stuck up our butt. Me, nothing.
Hammer, screwdriver, level, stud finder.
Period. I love a stud finder in my ass.
Probably recently a Allen wrench.
Recently an Allen wrench.
I told him for our wedding I'm getting him a golden Allen wrench. See, the reason
that night you can shove it up my
it's going in my ass. Now it'll be both. Well, an Allen wrench is kind of
cider.
Yeah.
Oh my god, double-ended dildo.
Named Alan.
Love that.
That's also,
You know what? Never mind.
Donica and Bill. Anyway, so the reason that I think it worked so well is because my sister was here. And I was like, Brady, there's this trend where I am supposed to like guess your top 5 favorite tools or top 5 like most used tools. And it's supposed to like do a little bit compatibility thing.
Because Corey forgets shit. So I'll wait a little bit and do that. I'll be like, I'm supposed to guess the top 5 golf clubs. So tell me your top 5.
I want to in there. We got to see if they match.
Yeah.
It's a compatibility thing.
Yeah.
And so I go into the other room to do the first part of it. And I hear my sister Sam being like, yeah, it's just this thing. It's like a compatibility thing. So like she's going to try and guess and you just have to, all you have to do is just see if your answers match. And so when I go back out, he's like prepped and ready to go. And he's so excited to like see if our fucking answers match. And I can't keep it together. I'm giggling the whole time. And he's like looking at me like, why is this funny?
Yeah.
And I think he thought I was laughing because I was either getting it really right or really wrong. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, no, brother, you're wrong.
You don't understand what this is.
Yeah. Anyway, okay, limerence.
One thing about me that is a real struggle in my life, and I know with you as well, is how much time I spend in front of blue light.
Screens are everywhere, and they don't just ruin your eyesight. They ruin your skin.
I didn't realize that blue light really contributed to premature aging as much as it does. In the way that in my 30s, I'm like, no, anything but that.
And if you don't want a 10-step skincare routine, Jerry, because let's be honest, you're not going to keep up on it, there's a simpler way. And that is with a simple and effective drink that you can have anytime, made from the most natural and potent ingredients found on Earth.
Nature's Sunshine Marine Glow is the only collagen product clinically proven to protect against blue light while supporting both skin and eye health. It defends against digital aging, promotes hydrated, radiant skin, and protects eye health.
It also tastes great. It improves skin elasticity and improves the appearance of wrinkles over time.
Which is so nice, once again.
Also, it's clinically proven, so this is the perfect drink for anybody who wants the benefits without the guesswork. You can protect your eyes and skin against harmful blue light effects with Marine Glow. Get 20% off your first order and free shipping by using The checkout code LADIES at naturesunshine.com.
That's code LADIES at naturesunshine.com. Is an emotional roller coaster, and the emotional highs can be full of joy, elation, excitement. Think gambling. Guys, when you win, you win. It feels good.
Yep.
Again, this is very similar, and why I wanted to do a two-parter, like when we did with trauma bonding. It's the same kind of, everything's clicking in those parts of your brain. You know what I mean? These feelings and obsessive limerent thoughts can help to distract us from other painful experiences that we might be going through at the time.
Yeah.
So, obviously, not a good coping mechanism.
Right.
Just like addiction, right? That's a lot of things. It all goes back kind of to addiction.
Yeah.
It's like some people can be addicted to, I think you think addict and you think drugs, right? Immediately.
Yes.
But you don't realize that you can be addicted to love. You can be addicted to people.
I was going to say, you
can be
think it's
addicted
some
to
kind of a
those
substance,
feelings.
but it's not just something you take in.
Yeah.
It can also be something that like you seek out without having to physically insert something into yourself.
Yeah. And again, if you're doing it in a way that's like coping for a pain, that's addiction. You know what I mean?
Well, and hearing that makes me think of the song that I just shared with you. So I might read a couple of these lyrics because I feel like I don't think that I really understood what healthy love was until more recently in my life.
She didn't. I can say that for a fact. You can say you don't think, you didn't.
For sure.
Because if you would have shown me what you're about to show me 2 to 3 years ago,
I would have
you would have showed me in like such a, can't you believe this is so beautiful?
Yes. Oh, 100%. And now...
And it would have been hard for me to keep my face straight.
And now I look at it and I'm like, whoa, that is a lot. And I think toward the end of that serious relationship, I was feeling like, this is a lot and this is not my job.
Yeah. And it's pressure. You feel like you have that, it's pressure like a drip, drip, drip.
Yes,
You know what I mean?
yes.
You got that big fucking rock on you. And you're like, I know I'm strong, but I'm not this strong. You're piling a lot of stuff on top of me.
100%. And like, for a lot of my life, I believed it was my responsibility to carry that. Like it was, I wore it like a badge of honor.
Yes.
It was, if I am not carrying these things, that I am nothing. I don't have any worth to people if I'm not doing this for them, if I'm not serving people in this way. And really serving was just taking on shit that I shouldn't have.
Yeah. And I think a lot of that, it gave you like a good feeling. Again, it's an addictive good feeling because it's like, look how good I am. Look how great I am. Look at, you're getting positive reinforcement from the outside, even if it's from just that one person.
For doing a negative thing.
To yourself.
Yes.
100%. Yes. It's me with the airplane shit. I thought I will take care of everybody and make sure that we have, like, that we will get to Texas so I don't let anybody down. That wrecked my fucking week. Like, I'm not kidding. It wrecked me. But like, and so I have to get better at that. But to me, I felt like, this is a good thing. I felt it was like a hero thing that I was doing.
Right.
Where
and also
like
it feels
productive in a situation where I can't control.
When you are right now going through this realization of OCD and kind of recognizing the patterns of it, it's easy to see that one and be like, that's an exception because I'm helping.
Yes. Yeah.
This is an exception because this is an actual problem that needs me to do this.
Yes.
And it's like,
babe, no. No, that was just also part of the OCD.
Yeah. And like, that was my issue because whenever I was going to therapy, I was recognizing I have this savior complex. I have this belief that if I do not fully engross myself in this person's every need, then I am not worthy of this relationship.
Yeah.
And whatever they say, that's the truth. And then when I was going to therapy, I'm like, that's not true. I'm just hurting myself. And if somebody wants to be in a relationship with me, they have to also recognize that putting me through that or allowing me to do that to myself, whether they were asking me to do it or not, that's not what they should want for me either.
100%. That's why I bullied her into stopping what she was doing to me. I was like, let me fucking help.
Yeah.
I want to do more.
Yes. So Forrest was like, hey, I have a favorite song and this is what it's called. And I'm like, what are you saying? Because I did not recognize, I couldn't understand what he was saying. And based on like how he was pronouncing it, I'm like, I don't know that is in English. And I know that there are, that you are exposed to a lot of different music. And so I'll just ask the person who probably has the answer. And I was like, hey, Forrest has a favorite song. What is it? Can you send it to me? Because I'm driving. I can't.
Yeah, he wants to listen to
it. Yeah, he wants to listen to it. And I'm not going to just start typing something in that I don't know. And I realized that this person had sent me a song in 2023.
Mm-hmm.
And I had never heard it. Or if I did hear it, I certainly don't remember it. And I play it and I'm reading the lyrics and I immediately get sick to my stomach because I had that thought where I was like, I used to think this was love.
Yeah.
And now, after doing the healing that I've done, being in the relationship I am in now and looking back, I'm like, whoa.
Yeah.
I wasn't wrong by thinking that this was not good for anybody.
Yeah.
So some of the lyrics are, grab me by my collar, dear, and tell me I'm enough. Wrap your arms around me, dear. Hold me tightly until half of me goes numb. Pin me to the floor, my dear, till I believe you're not going anywhere. Kiss me on my eyelids, dear. Run your fingers along my scars on my spine. You shine so bright, I'm blinded, dear. When my eyes adjust, I hope you're still here. Make me believe you feel the same way I do, and if you don't, promise me you're trying to.
Mm-hmm.
I made us this delusion, dear. I'm not sure which of the two I prefer. Too insecure for you, I fear.
Dude, that fucking line right there. Hold on. I'm not sure which of the two I prefer. The delusion in your mind, or that isn't reality.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, keep going.
Or the you that I am, that is real.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Who is a real factual person.
Yeah.
Hello?
Which again is something I lived.
Yeah, I know. I saw it.
Too insecure for you, I fear. Fell to my thoughts through the palms of your hand. Can you hear my voice up there? I pull and shove, but I can't seem to shake the pedestal I built for you.
Yup.
You shine so bright, I'm blinded. When my eyes adjust, I hope you're still here.
Limerence.
Make me believe you feel the way I do, and if you don't, promise me you're trying to.
He's admitting I built you a pedestal and I put you up there, but now it's your responsibility to be what I built.
Yes.
And
I don't even know if I like that version.
Everything that I built in my mind, it is now your responsibility to become. And even if you don't, I will be mad about it. But if you don't, you better not leave me about it.
And I'm acknowledging that I'm insecure. I'm acknowledging I'm insecure. I'm acknowledging I'm delusional. I'm acknowledging that I built this reality. And I'm also acknowledging that I don't even know if I like the reality I created or the one that actually exists. I'm actually not sure I'm satisfied with either one. Both of them are simultaneously wrong.
Yeah. Hello?
And all of that is, if you don't, you have to try and convince me that you feel the same way. And if you don't, you have to tell me that you're at least trying to.
Yeah.
And if you stop trying to, I don't know how that's going to go for us.
Yeah.
Because that's going to really wreck my reality. And I'm not ready to face my own reality.
But even if then it wrecks your reality as well, because maybe you're feeling some similar things or whatever, and you decide maybe this isn't what it wants, that's also bad.
Yeah.
Because you can't ever decide that that's the route you can go. You can't ever leave me.
Right.
You can't ever be not with me.
Right.
That can't be the reality.
Yes.
Even though in my mind, what is reality for me isn't actually real.
And I know it's not real.
And I don't think I like what's in front of me. It's scary. It's scary.
It's scary to read it. It's very scary to read it now.
And no hate to the person, if you look up to the lyrics, to the person that wrote or created that song. But it is like a perfect representation of what it is like when you are in heavy limerence with somebody.
100%.
A limerent relationship where both people are experiencing that, or at least just the one. But like when you're not in a limerence and you are the limerent object, that is a scary thing to kind of know that someone feels and thinks about you a little bit. Again, no hate to that person, but
I think that I in that relationship entered into it in Limerence.
You
I
did.
made them my LO,
Yeah.
and I believe that they made me theirs.
I think you did as well.
And I think over time, I healed the parts of me that made me believe that limerence and love were
The same thing.
synonyms.
Mm-hmm.
And I started to take steps back. And when I say this, I mean it with every fiber of my being. When I started to heal the parts of me that felt broken, like it felt like I was attached to when people are like, hey, this knife is in me and I'm like so attached to it that I don't want to take it out because I'm afraid that like taking it out is going to cause more harm. Like we should probably just leave this in. You've
sometimes.
seen so many Grey's Anatomy episodes
so
like
true.
that.
It does happen. It's actually better to keep it in there.
I realize like I'm attached to this wound.
Yeah.
I have to heal this. I can't be so attached to the wound that
I keep the knife in there forever.
And never give myself the opportunity to heal.
Yeah.
So I wanted that to be the truth for people in my life as well. I wanted to heal and show other people it was possible to not be attached to the wound and to grow and learn with them. I wanted to stop living in limerence. I didn't know it was called that at the time, but I wanted to stop living in that, not just in my romantic relationships, because you can be in platonic limerence, you can be in familial limerence. Like it is not just exclusive to romantic relationships. I wanted to stop doing that and hope that by example, other people would not be as scared and would also like go towards that, as difficult as it is.
Yeah, but I feel like if
they're not ready to do
and
that,
if they're not healed enough, it can feel like pulling away, which can be the scariest thing.
100%.
Yeah. It can be like, wait, you're not obsessed with me anymore either? Well, now you must hate me, and now I have to wrap tighter around you.
And I wanted to learn to love someone in a healthier way.
And you should. I didn't deserve that.
I never wanted to stop loving anybody in my life. I just wanted to learn to love them in a healthier way. I wanted to learn to love myself, and I wanted them to learn to love themselves so they could love me in a healthier way.
Yeah.
But you can't make anybody do anything.
You can't force anybody to do that.
And so in that way, it almost felt like my hand was forced because it's like, okay, you either choose to stay the course and stay the path of healing, or you stick the knife back in.
Yeah.
And
you're like, my wound has started to close though. And I don't want to put that knife back in there because that knife fucking hurts.
Right. And I'm sorry that you are so attached to yours.
Yeah.
But I can't take it out for you.
No.
I can't heal it for you.
Yeah.
And I'm also not going to be the person to hold it in there anymore.
Yep.
Because that's what that feels like now.
Yeah. Yes. You are so good with the metaphors all the time. It's so impressive.
Impressive.
It is.
I'm somebody who struggles a lot with intimates, with undergarments.
Oh, I've got big undergarment problems over here.
We got sensory issues.
We do. You know me, I can only wear boxer brief type of situation. Thongs were not even on my radar in the past couple years.
I also have had a lot of issues with bras because they can be too tight, but also not cover my growing bust. And that's why we're grateful for the Fits Everybody collection at Skims.
Truly, I cannot explain the amount of comfort I feel when I wear these thongs. I wore one for my anniversary because I was like, I think I'll take the boxer briefs off tonight. And I think that maybe I'll try a little something sexy. But we were going to be going to a baseball game. We were going to be walking around a lot. I was like, this could be a nightmare situation. And the way that I completely forgot that I even had any underwear on. And also it was a fun surprise at the end of the night to be like, ta-da!
Look what I have on.
It was so great.
That was me on tour because we are wearing pajamas on stage.
Yes.
And we are in front of a bunch of people with lights on us. And it was important for me to have something underneath my pajamas that made me feel comfortable, but also
to show all your
wasn't going to reveal a whole lot of what I didn't want revealing. And I was comfortable the entire time.
Yes. So shop Skims Fits Everybody collection at skims.com.
After you place your order, be sure to let them know that we sent you. Select podcast in the survey and be sure to select our show in the drop-down menu that follows.
And if you're looking for the perfect gift for everyone on your list, the Skims holiday shop is now open at skims.com. Now, there are positives.
Mm-hmm.
And some of those positives can be like, you might invest some time into self-improvement to try to impress your limerent object, right? You might, explore some hobbies and interests that you might not have explored otherwise and decide that maybe you really like those. And so that can be a good thing. It can be a good thing. Even though your intention is to impress your limerent object, you might end up improving your own well-being through the process. And that can be a thing too with people who I think are very therapy heavy. But they're therapy heavy.
What's your intent in going into therapy? Is your intent in going into therapy
to heal yourself?
Or to make it appear, to make yourself more appealing?
Because both of our limerent objects, I feel, when we were very pro-therapy and said that they were and wanted to do it with us at one point or another and wanted to themselves. And I was like, wow, a man doing therapy? So amazing. Progressive. So I was like, yes, me too. Except when I was going to therapy, I was doing it for real. And in doing that and talking and realizing things, I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
What I'm in right now is so incredibly unhealthy.
Yes.
And it just wasn't good.
Yeah. And my thought is, if you are doing this to really heal, then you have to be prepared to show how bad or ugly or problematic your patterns of behavior are.
And that has to be okay. You can't be which is why we try to talk about these things and kind of pull some of the shame away from it, because you can't be so ashamed that you bury it deep inside yourself and forget about that it ever existed, because that part of you is still in there and it has to heal.
And I will tell you, I am watching the 3rd season of The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. So apologies if this is a spoiler. If you don't want any spoilers for season 3, skip ahead.
Oh, you're going to spoil it for me. It's fine.
I don't have to say names, I guess.
Okay, don't say name.
Okay. So there is...
Because I will forget about it. I haven't watched 1 or 2, so I will forget about it by the time I watch 3.
There's so many women that you would probably forget anyway. And they all look very similar. But so there's a woman on there who has come out that she had an affair.
Okay.
And it was during a quote unquote separation that she claims they just shared a couple kisses.
Yeah.
But the part that she is most ashamed of is that the communication between the two of them continued, and it was what she calls an emotional affair.
Sure. Very bad still.
And from the moment that it happened, she is saying that her husband was aware. She told him, she made it. She was very open with him. They were working on it. Now, 6 months later, it's coming up on the show and it's being outed to her group of friends. So now this thing that her and her husband were dealing with
and had kind of dealt with,
or were still navigating.
Yeah.
Now it's a fresh wound again.
Yeah.
And there's other people's opinions and other people's words, and that can get confusing. And then the trust can be rebroken because I don't know if for the last 6 months what you've been telling me is honest. But the fact that, do I think that she's handled every single part of this well? No, but I also understand that when you are desperate to rid yourself of shame, you'll do some stupid shit.
100%. That part exactly.
Because it feels so ugly. And if you're like, if I could find a way, it's like getting a stain out of clothes.
Yeah, I was just going to say a clothes analogy. God damn it. Yes. We were on the same. Mm-hmm.
You're like, oh, if I just mix egg whites and mustard and I use a toothbrush and I scrub this will allegedly come out. Sure, I'll do that. Even though that's disgusting and gross. You're like, anything to get this stain out. I don't care. So that's where I feel like she's done some things where I'm like, that probably your husband's not going to like be super stoked about that. But I understand you're doing it in the name of releasing yourself of the guilt and the shame.
Yeah.
But she's facing it.
Yeah. Exactly that. Another thing that is a negative is that even though you can maybe start new goals and hobbies to impress somebody, you can kind of lose your own goals and hobbies in the process because that LO becomes your priority. You might put other relationships that you had to the side as well. And then they could also distract you from work or studies.
Right.
If you become so intensely set on this limerent object. So how does limerence differ from a healthy crush? We didn't talk about this.
I don't think so.
I don't think
so.
So limerence might start out like any other healthy crush. Both the early stages of limerence and a healthy crush typically involve feelings of hope and uncertainty. Will they like me? Is this gonna blossom into something? I don't know. Do they like me? That kind of feeling. However, in a healthy crush, this uncertainty is typically revolved through expressing interest in the other person, and then the interest being reciprocated or not. Very clear. Hey, I think I'm into you. Hey, I'm not into you. Tight. That's all I needed to hear. I will find someone who is.
Yes.
Right? In contrast, uncertainty in limerence doesn't end. This limitless uncertainty, and this is something that I feel like you can
speak to.
The limitless uncertainty leads to fantasizing, idealization, sometimes impulsive behaviors. These can take over day-to-day life and get in the way of work, socializing, and even downtime.
Yes.
So there's some categories here. We're going to talk about the limerence versus love, right? The difference. Limerence. I'm just going to go right with the chart. So there's one side that's limerence, one side, so it's versus. The limerence side, involuntary, and thoughts are intrusive. In love, it's a conscious choice to love that person.
Yes.
In limerence, it can be self-centered. And you might not think it is because you think that whole person is your world, but really it's all revolving around you and your thoughts and your obsession and your fantasies.
It's self-serving in a way.
Because it's all revolving around the idealization in your head, the fantasies in your head. In love, there is a higher regard for in the other person's needs. So, like Jerry was saying, if you see that your partner, and this is what I told her kind of whenever she showed me that song, and I feel this way about some breakups. Like, there's obviously a part of hurting in a breakup, especially when I guess if you think you don't see it coming, I don't know.
Yeah.
There are some signs, obviously, for some things, but if it happens out of the blue, I understand that it can be very hard. However, if it's something that like should have been seen coming, I think there can be a moment of hurt for both parties. Obviously, a deep hurt if it's like a family breaking apart, a marriage ending, obviously. But there should also be like an understanding of, even if it isn't right away, an understanding of like, we weren't making each other happy, and I care about you, and I want you to be happy.
Yes.
I wasn't that for you. Like, I love Noah's dad. I really believe I do. Do I believe I also had limerence for him when I was 20? Yeah, 100%. But and I'll tell you right now, when we broke up, I don't think I loved him. I think I was in limerence. I have developed a love for him as a family member, as a, like, you're my son's dad.
Yep.
And so I genuinely, from the bottom of my heart, people ask how I have the relationship I have with him. I just want him to be happy. And I know, because I know us both very well, we would have never made each other happy. Like, we never could have worked out. And so I think that part has to be taken into consideration when it's love versus limerence. It's like
100%.
That's where the selfishness comes in a little bit.
And I'll tell you, I have noticed recently that I don't daydream like I used to. And I actually used to think it was a bad thing. It scared me at first because I was like,
and I noticed that as well, and I think it's a very positive thing that you don't.
It's so different that I am not like. It's common with people with BPD to fantasize, to daydream, to really be more about the chase than anything. Like, even building this house.
Yeah.
It was like the process of building the house was so exciting and so fun and so invigorating that when I was actually first here, I was like, that's it?
Yes,
Like,
yes.
well, now what? And so
It reminds me of people
because
who spend all their time in CAS or in build mode, and then they get to actually play in The Sims, and they're like, I don't actually want to fucking do this. I
Yes.
just wanted to spend all the time
Yes.
doing the building and stuff.
and it feels like I hated in the moment that like I felt like I could never be happy, and I think it was just because my mindset was so
About the chase.
about the chase. Yeah, and like seeking that externally, and being in a relationship with Brady has really flipped that for me.
Yeah.
And again, at first it was scary. Did I make the wrong decision? I'm not feeling those fantasy things, and I'm not wondering and like there's no game to it. There is no chase.
There's no chase.
It just is. And now I'm like, oh my God, that feels so
Doesn't it?
good.
Welcome.
It feels so
Welcome.
secure.
I know.
And again, he and I do this app. It's called Paired, not sponsored, but they ask you, there's like daily questions, and they're like conversation starters or they're like check-ins. And yesterday, the question was, what's a fear or insecurity Brady has helped you overcome? And I realized that he has helped me realize that I'm not hard to love.
Yeah.
That I'm actually not complicated, that I'm simple. And that used to be the scariest thing for me.
Yeah.
Being simple.
Yeah.
Being easy to read. Not having these complex.
Oh, I've always
artist
loved that about
emotion.
myself, but I know that you were so different. You wanted to be that, like,
I wanted that
girl
so
in the
badly.
movie that's like,
You don't understand me.
yeah.
Yes. Yes. Because I felt so misunderstood that I wanted that to be true.
Yeah.
Instead, it was almost like, well, no, you just don't know yourself. You don't feel comfortable and confident in yourself. And once you feel that in yourself, you won't care. And I now feel that. And I'm like, oh, I'm actually not hard to understand.
Mm-mm.
I'm not hard to please. I'm not hard to love. I'm very simple.
Yeah.
And
Like I said, I spend a lot of time with a lot of people. When me and you travel together, very, very easy. Very easy to, like, I know how you are. I know how to read you. I know what you like. I know what you don't like. We have really never had an argument. We are very both easy to be like, you want this tonight? Okay, sounds good. I'm going to take this bed. I'm going to take this bed. Tight. Like, it's very simple. It's very simple. We are routine people when we travel.
And I have had...
She likes the window seat. That's cool. I'll take the middle. I don't give a fuck. You like the aisle seat? I got to piss a lot, so I'll take it.
And that's something too. I'm like, I can know things about you, and I know that I am someone who really doesn't give a shit. I'm flexible, so I'll just do whatever. I can make whatever work. I'm not picky, really. But I really convinced myself that I was.
Well, you were kind of made to believe that it,
Yeah. but I liked it.
You
know
did
what
like
mean?
it.
I liked feeling like,
you did like it because that meant you were special.
yes. And
That
I'm not
meant you were special. You're not that special, girl.
I'm not that special.
And that's okay.
And that's great.
That's really okay.
That's incredible.
Because if you were that special, then you would be someone's object of desire. And as great as that sounds, it's so kind of scary when you're in it.
Yeah, and
because like it's a lot of pressure.
So much pressure.
So much pressure to be an object of desire. Okay.
Can I tell you what Brady's answer was? Because this is how I know that this man is simple. Okay. Now, when you answer, you can't see the other person's answer until you send it. Yeah. Which I think is awesome, because then you are answering honestly and not like what you think the other person wants to hear, or like basing your answer off of theirs.
Answer. Yeah.
His was, you're trying to help me with my fear of flying. I don't know if I've overcome it much. I'm kind of stubborn.
And that's true, yes. I flew with him. I tried to make him take my anxiety meds, and then he just fell asleep in Boston a lot.
Yeah,
Boston. We were in Chicago.
Yeah, we were in Chicago. He was knocked the fuck out.
He was sleeping at 7 p.m. at the fucking dinner table.
Uh-huh. Then obviously he saw my answer, and he was like, you've also helped me open up quite a bit.
Oh, that's
to trust in a relationship again. And I was like, Same brother.
Same brother. He's like, but also that fear of flying.
But also I'm really scared of heights.
Yes,
and I'm like, not a problem. I'm Jet.
Get inside of me. Let's go for a ride. Okay,
Absolutely.
So in limerence, the limerent person will idealize the other person. In love, ideas of other people are more grounded and realistic. So it's not idealized. Okay. Mm-hmm. That was really written weirdly on this chart. It's fine.
And my brain did the go away thing because
you forgot that we were talking about this at all?
Well, no, I realized that I have an airplane tattooed on me. And now I'm like,
it's your jet. Dumb bitch. I thought that when you got the tattoo.
That's not why I got it, but it's funny. Hazel!
Hazel! Why are you doing this?
You want fun without sloppiness?
Yeah, I do. All the time.
You want to vibe without a Venmo apology note?
Yes, please.
Into Cloud is what going out feels like when you grow up and you don't actually want to go out.
Because listen, the first time that I had Into Cloud, I didn't want to get crazy. I'm not trying to get wild. I just wanted to have a good night's sleep. And when I tell you I hit that pillow and I slept better than I had in months, I am not lying.
I too have partaken in the sleep gummies. And I struggle sometimes with dreams where it almost feels like I go to sleep and my mind is still continuing to race, like I'm just awake in another dimension. Into Cloud, the sleep gummies knock me out in a way where I finally feel rested, and it's a full body rest.
Oh, it's amazing. It is truly amazing.
And if you're not trying to knock yourself out in sleep, they've got other options as well. Into Cloud is your online dispensary for an actual good time. They've got gummies, flowers, pre-rolls, and more. It's all federally legal, THC, DEA certified, lab tested, and shipped discreetly. Basically, everything that you want without this sketchy handshake and mystery baggie.
And when I tell you that these sleep gummies are perfect for the amount that I am not someone who partakes often, but when I do, I just want to feel a little buzz. And it's enough for me to be like, I'm having a good time.
And I'll tell you that I have a real good time on them. So good that sometimes I reach the mountaintop twice, if you know what I'm saying.
And I do.
I do. They don't guarantee that, but I'm telling you, I did.
Now, this is how you upgrade your vibe without the hangover or the wallet regret.
If you're 21 or older, go to intocloud.co and use code LADIES for 40% off your first order plus free shipping.
This is Into Cloud's biggest sale of the year, and it runs all month long. Not one of those blink and you miss it flash deals. That's intocloud.co, code LADIES, 40% off, free shipping, and a little extra breathing room for our listeners.
As always, please enjoy responsibly, and thanks to Into Cloud for sponsoring this episode.
In limerence, there are feelings of possessiveness or jealousy.
Mm-hmm.
In love, there's greater security all around. Also, sorry if you're watching YouTube and you notice Hazel just fucked her. She's gonna do it again. She keeps laying on the legs of the camera.
I will fix this, so don't worry. I'll make it match.
It'll be fine. In limerence, the idealization, the quote-unquote love, fluctuates. It's unstable. There are cycles to it. In love, there is stability.
Yes.
It's pretty even all the time.
I remember saying one time when I was ending a serious relationship that really felt like limerence. They had said to me, like, I'm sorry that I wasn't good enough. I'm sorry that I didn't do enough. I'm sorry you didn't feel loved enough. And what I said was, that is not the case. I felt suffocated by the love. I felt like my love was
a roller coaster
holding you together. And if I let go, then you would fall apart.
Yeah, then you were unraveling. And that was a hard job because instead of focusing on anything in my own life, I spent my life wrapped around you.
Yes.
That's exhausting.
Yeah.
And that's not your job.
Right.
And then in limerence, there's very high uncertainty for both parties. Whereas in love, there's a greater certainty about your mutual feelings towards each other. Loving somebody means seeing them for who they are, while in limerence, you tend to form idealized versions of your limerent objects and imagine them as the perfect partner. You might also feel possessive over someone when in limerence, but experience a more stable, secure relationship when you're in love. Are you laughing at that part? Do you have something to add?
No, I just agree.
Do you remember sometimes I say that I pick things because I need Jerry to like, I really want her to know.
But I'm like here now. And here's the thing too.
And I know. I would have never done this to you.
I would have never heard it.
Wouldn't have understood it. Yeah.
I wouldn't have heard it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have understood it, and I wouldn't have been able to be honest.
Yep.
So obviously now makes more sense than ever to have this conversation.
Yes.
It's like the song.
Yeah.
Had I heard that song in a different time in my life, I'd have been like,
oh my
romantic.
God. That's so beautiful. I am your everything. I am the fucking air you breathe and the water you drink. And that makes me feel great because I want to be someone's everything.
Everything you do must make me feel loved. And if I don't feel loved, or if I don't feel valued, or if I don't feel important, or if I don't feel like you want to be with me, then you're not doing enough to prove it to me.
And that can become much like toxic relationships, which we talked about in trauma bonding. I feel like you can kind of absorb some of those. Like I absorbed when I was in a toxic, abusive relationship. I began to absorb some of those coping mechanisms.
Yeah.
And then I would it took me a minute to unlearn them in other relationships because it was like, well, wait, I thought this was normal. So that is like a situation that can happen with limerence as well. If you're experiencing it with someone else and then they're giving it to you so much, you can be like, hang on, wait a minute. You're not completely obsessed with me. You don't need my attention 24/7 or else you'll die forever. I don't understand. Why don't you love me? You know what I mean?
Why am I not special?
Why am I not enough for you?
Am I special?
Are you special?
I don't feel special.
Yeah.
And that was something when Brady and I started dating. I think I was healed enough independently to acknowledge that when those feelings bubbled up, it was a me problem.
Yeah.
And so good. I would share it with him that I was experiencing those feelings. But I would also say, this is for me to navigate. It's not anything that you did or didn't do. Now,
but I am experiencing
this. And he would say, is there anything I can do to help? And I would always say, this is a me problem. This is something I need to navigate. However, sometimes I do feel needy. And I like to be told how wonderful I am. And so what we do now is if I'm feeling that, I will just text him and say, I'm needy. Tell me something sweet. And then he's like, okay. And then he does it. Yeah. So it's like, it's not, I'm kind of making it his problem, but I'm not making it his problem. Yeah. You know what I mean? I'm not.
How would you react if he didn't do it?
I'll be like, why? Or like sometimes he's busy, so he can't. And I'm like, okay, when you have a moment. Because I think if you do ask your partner, if you say like, hey, I'm needing something in this moment, I think that like you would want them to be receptive to it.
Sure.
But like, I also know
you can understand the realities of the world.
Yes. And also like, I know that me feeling needy isn't because he's done anything.
Yeah. But also like, I think you would understand if say he had a fucking terrible day and he was like, can't give you that right now.
Well,
you wouldn't be like, fuck you.
No, I also know time and place.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I know
if he's having a really, like you wouldn't do it if his like dog died or something. Yeah. You know what I mean? Oh my God. She's right there.
She's right here.
No. I was saying like as an ambiguous, I almost said a parrot. I was like, I can't put that into the world.
No.
Sorry.
I thought you said parrot. If his parrot dies. Yeah. No. If he's... That's
what I mean. That's what I want to explain. I just want for anybody who's listening who might feel a certain way, I just want to clarify for those people that you're able to say those things, but also know
100%
that like it's a time and place situation.
One, I know it's not his fault that I'm feeling that way in the first place. Two, he's made it very clear that if there's anything he can do to help me in those moments,
100%.
He wants to do it. Three, I also can read the fucking room, even if I'm not in the room, and know now's not the time. If he's texting me that he's stressed or he's not responding over a long period of time, okay, he's busy. He's doing things.
Yeah.
I am not hinging my it's almost like a treat. You know what I mean? I'm not going to starve if I don't get it.
Sometimes a treat's nice though.
But I love a Chips Ahoy after a meal.
And if I go too long without a treat, I might bark. I might bark.
I might get a craving. You know what I mean? That's what it is now.
Okay.
It's not the water that I need. It's not the air that I breathe.
100%.
It's
a treat every once in a while.
It's not what I sustain my life on.
Yes.
It is a craving of a sweet treat that I get occasionally.
And I think that's fine. I wasn't saying any of those things. I do just know how the internet works.
100%.
And so I wanted to help you clarify if you wanted to clarify.
No, and I think that's important too because, again, it's a pendulum thing.
Yeah.
Because it's like, okay, if I ask for something or say that I need something from my partner, then I'm in limerence.
No, but
no.
Yeah.
But you don't have to be completely absent of it. And there is a middle. And that was me finding the middle, you know?
Similar because you're talking about how it happens to you mostly during like an episode of when you're like mentally not feeling great.
Yes.
And things like that. It's similar to I have Crohn's, and when my tummy hurts, sometimes I need some extra things from Corey. So when I come home and I'm laying on the couch and I'm like, can you get me this? Can you please get me this? I need this.
Mm-hmm.
He is not like, that's not a hindrance to him. You know what I mean? So that I feel like is a similar scenario where it's like, this is just something my body's not feeling super good and you want to help. He has told me multiple times, like, I would love to help you when you're sick. He is a nurse. I love that. So like, that is just, I don't have any problem kind of ordering that shit around for myself. Hey, I need something sweet and it's chicken noodle soup.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay. I just wanted to clarify. I just know how people can take things and spin things. And I'm like, here Reddit goes again.
No, that's fine.
Yeah. So what are the signs that limerence is ending? Since limerence primarily involves uncontrolled, intrusive thoughts about the LO.
Sorry. One more thing.
Go ahead.
I feel safe doing that in this relationship because it's also not weaponized.
Exactly.
That, I think, is something else, is when you are in a toxic relationship, when you are in limerence, those things can be weaponized. Like, I will dote on you, I will say these things, and I'm going
to use it against you, though.
And then later, I'm going to pull it away.
I'm going to pull it away, and I'm going to use that against you and say, I did all of this for you, and now you're doing this to me. How dare you?
Yes. And that is why it was initially hard for me to ask for anything. That is initially why it was tough for me to accept any kind of praise or kind word.
Hyper-independent queen, I feel that.
Yes. And so there is this part of healing where you do have to allow yourself to ask for those things again.
A partner
or
is
say
a partner.
That you do.
They're supposed to support you.
Yeah. Limerence does not mean you have to be absent of everything.
Yeah.
It's just, it's
meeting in that healthy middle.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, you're fine.
I think everybody nowadays is looking for a better way to manage anxiety or unwind without drinking.
1 in 8 Americans are prescribed anti-anxiety medication. Hi, hello, it's me. But there are natural options out there too. Amanita muscaria is the iconic red mushroom from Mario and Alice in Wonderland, and it's totally legal almost everywhere. It's being rediscovered as a natural alternative to alcohol and anti-anxiety meds that helps people relax, sleep, even enjoy a light social buzz without addiction or hangovers.
Amanterra is the #1 supplier of Amanita muscaria in the US. They're trusted by over 35,000 customers, and they're focused on education, community, and transparency, not just selling products.
And if the mushrooms are too much for you, they also have Blue Lotus, which is one of the world's oldest aphrodisiac and relaxation herbs used for thousands of years in Egypt. Most people have never tried real Blue Lotus or enough to feel it. I told Corey maybe we can have a real fun night. You know what I'm saying? I was like, I think we should be heart opening, legs opening. We could try all types of things on Blue Lotus. Just let me expand my reaches here.
Even if you're not trying to expand your reaches, it's just great for unwinding.
That's true. And honestly, if there's one thing I really, really want in this world, it's just to relax. I just want to be able to relax.
I feel like if we're anything in this world, it's wound the fuck up.
That's true.
So if you're ready to unwind, Go to www.amatera.com/go/LT22.
Use code LT22 for 22% off your first order.
Try Amanita or Blue Lotus or any of their other 30-plus legal plant medicines.
Link in description. Go to www.amatera.com/go/LT22 and use code LT22 for 22% off your first order. The most obvious sign that limerence is ending is a decrease in these intrusive thoughts. You might gradually find it easier to focus on yourself again, which I think is what you were experiencing. And
Yes.
I think that was a struggle for you when you started to experience it because I think it was like of the fog is lifting a little bit and you're like, oh shit, this is what I can accomplish.
Well, and also even from a young age, I was told I was selfish.
Yeah.
And I was told I was conceited and I didn't care about anybody but myself. And these were messages that were repeated to me over and over again. And then they were repeated again in relationships, but in different ways.
Mm-hmm.
You don't do enough for me.
Mm-hmm.
You give more to other people than you give to me.
Mm-hmm.
You're not present even when you're here. You neglect me. You neglect other things.
Yeah.
And I just realized they weren't true.
Mm-hmm.
It's just I'm now prioritizing a world outside of this bubble.
Yeah.
And it's not fair for you to claim those things. And I think it was hard for me to accept that I'm not selfish. I'm not self-centered. I'm not careless. I'm not the things that you're saying to me, but I was so afraid of those things being true that I allowed myself to be stuck.
And I think when you became a healthier version of yourself, you genuinely were like, hang on, I feel like this is the way that relationships are supposed to be. I should be allowed. It should be a give and take where, you know, you help me pursue certain parts of my life where I'm excelling in things that aren't this bubble.
Yes.
And support me through that. And then vice versa. We could do it your way, you know, but it can be a pendulum and it doesn't have to be an all or nothing, like it's this bubble or nothing at all.
Yeah.
And I think once you start realizing that, because you come out of your own haze of that bubble is my whole world and my whole life, that's tough when the other person didn't.
Is trying to pull you back into the quicksand.
Yeah,
and you're
like, wait,
I just got out.
You're like, look how it's like you're a princess stuck in a castle. And then you finally get a little taste of freedom. And that person's like, you have to go back in the castle now. And you're like, hang on. I spent a day out here. And it was so nice. I felt freedom.
Why don't you join me?
You could come out here. Hey, it's free.
Yeah.
You have a ladder. Climb down here with me. And they're like, no. I need to live up here. I need to suck the air out of your mouth. And you are my everything that I love and want.
And I will wither away if you don't stay in this tower with me.
And that just can't be your responsibility.
And if you choose that world out there, because here's something too that I said often is if you're saying yes to one thing, you're saying no to another. That's just a fact. Even if it's as simple as I'm saying yes to reading this book, I'm saying no to doing the dishes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Neither one is bad, but there can be situations where it is bad. Like if you're saying you're going to leave me in this tower, you're saying yes to a freedom outside of here, you're saying no to me.
Yeah.
And how could you do that to me?
Yeah.
And it's like, well, why would you want me to say no to all of this?
No, look at what's nice out here.
You're
it's a
saying
whole
no
world.
to this world.
Yeah. And me.
Don't make me.
And me.
Yes.
Because I want this world and you could have it too.
Mm-hmm.
So you're also saying no to me because you want me stuck up in that tower to wither away and die. I'm a plant. I need to be out in the wild.
I need to see the sun.
I need sunlight. God damn it.
I need the water.
I need to photosynthesize.
Let me out.
Let a bitch photosynthesize once in a while.
God damn.
So you might gradually find it easier to focus on yourself again. You have less strong emotional reactions to your limerent object. You
stop having panic attacks every single day.
Feel better overall. Limerence can end with or without reciprocation from your limerent object. It might be replaced by love, a new limerent object, or simply personal growth as you invest more time into yourself again. The end of limerence can be difficult, even if you want it to be over. You might miss the emotional highs or have to deal with anything that limerence might have been helping to distract you from. This is normal, and it's okay. Try to replace time spent thinking about your limerent object with healthy coping mechanisms, such as talking to your friends or family, engaging in active hobbies and interests. Activities are things that take cognitive effort, so sports, gaming, crafts.
Going on tour.
Versus, 100%, versus more passive activities
Building
like
a house.
watching Well, more passive activities like watching TV and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like that can feel like it's a hobby, but you need to like put your focus and energy into something, or else you're just going to be watching the TV and still daydreaming about, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Or you're just kind of like numbing yourself.
Yes.
I think that's where
it's like a different.
Yeah, it's like, are you replacing one unhealthy
Coping
addiction with another one?
100%.
Or are you just kind of figuring out how to engage in the world again?
Yes. And you can practice grounding or self-reflective activities like meditation or journaling. So let's go straight to how to overcome it.
Mm-hmm.
Even though the limerence definition involves preoccupation with another person, remember that it isn't about them. It is about you.
Mm-hmm.
This might be your first time being in a state of limerence, or perhaps it happens to you more frequently. Either way, it's important to be introspective and true to yourself and understand more about what this attachment is really filling.
Yeah.
The first step is to get into the right frame of mind and commit to the process of healing. Approach it from a place of self-compassion and understanding with the aim of finding solutions rather than sitting there.
Sorry, you just reminded me of another song that I'd like to share.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Rather than sitting there and dwelling on the problem itself. So if you change your frame of mind, this is something that really helped me become the person that I feel like I am today, which is like a way better version of who I was, which was in my life. I was always taught that like, poor me, poor me. I was a real victim complex type of bitch. I loved it because if I was a victim, I was getting attention, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then it was always like perpetually bad things were happening, and that fucking sucked. And it also wasn't the attention I wanted.
Right.
But it was attention, and I was a neglected child. So
any attention.
Either way, it felt good.
Any press is good press.
And that's what I've always said. However, I realized that the problem with dwelling on the problem is that you never find solutions because you kind of always want the problem or a problem to be there. Now, have I swung it too far in the other direction to where I'm always looking for solutions, even if the problem doesn't exist? Maybe. Maybe.
Perhaps.
But we're trying to find that middle ground, and that's what life is about. And it's okay because I feel like this way is a little bit better and I'm a little bit more easy to be around.
Demi Lovato just came out with a new album.
Okay.
And one of the songs on there.
Did you see she fucking dressed up as Poot Lovato?
Love her for that.
That was so fucking awesome.
Honestly, that tells me she's healed.
Yeah, 100%.
That is healing. So there's a song on this album called Sorry to Myself.
Love that.
And I'm just going to read some lyrics from it.
Didn't she write a song that was like that? When she was in like active addiction.
Oh, no, I know what you're talking about.
Because she says, I'm sorry to myself.
It's just called Sober.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I thought it was.
Yes, the last line of that song is I'm sorry to myself. So she wrote a whole song called I'm Sorry to Myself.
Love that.
And I think you'd really like it because it's kind of like poppy, but the lyrics go hard. You know what I mean?
It's poppy, but it's hard.
So lyrics are, I could point fingers at everyone else, but sooner or later it lands on myself.
Mm-hmm.
Doubling down like it's second nature. I beat you to it. I was my favorite hater. But I'm tired. Now I'm flirting with hope. I'm sorry to myself for doing a number saying, oh, toughen up. For buying what you sell, I'm sorry to myself. Sorry for the starving. Sorry for the burnout. Sorry for that one ex who always broke me down. Sorry for the hurting, but love how it turned out. I'm sorry to myself. Why did that trigger that?
Okay, approach it from a place of self-compassion and understanding with the aim of finding solutions rather than dwelling on a problem.
Yes, and that's why it made me think of that song by Demi Lovato where she's like, I'm sorry to myself. I'm sorry for the burnout. I'm sorry for that one ex who broke me down. I'm sorry for all of these things, because if you approach these types of healing, again, going back to the Secret Life of Mormon Wives, with denial or self-hatred, shame,
guilt.
you're never, those are all the wounds. Those are all the knives that, those are all the knives that you're holding on to. You have to just love yourself, hug yourself, know that you are the only person who is going to be with you your whole life, and take care of that person and handle yourself with the same kindness that you would handle someone you love. Because
and know that sometimes accountability comes with embarrassment. It comes with shame.
Yeah.
Sometimes as humans, we do embarrassing and shameful shit. Like loving someone so fucking deeply who doesn't really give a fuck about us. That is embarrassing. And I'm Sierra Heron Parsons. Who am I? And I've done it. And you've done it.
Oh, yeah.
And I bet some of you have done it. And that's okay. As long as you are committed to not being that person anymore, it shouldn't be that embarrassing. I can go to sleep at night now and know that was I did some embarrassing ass shit when I was in a state of limerence. Embarrassing. I mean, obviously I stayed with a man who was actively cheating on me with like 50 different girls for 4 years because I was so deeply like obsessed with him. And he was also gross.
Wanting to feel special.
And I wanted to be the winner.
You wanted to be chosen.
I wanted to be the girl who was more important than all the other girls. And that's fucking gross when I think about it. But like, it's
and you're
okay
sorry
now.
to yourself.
I'm sorry to myself.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry to everyone who knew me back then. But like, I'm not her anymore. She's dead. She died. She got smothered by love.
See, and that was something that I thought about too, because I'm Jerry Heron Steinmetz. And
Jerry Heron Steinmetz Parsons.
I'm not a Parsons yet.
Well, me neither.
But what I technically your government name. But I desperately didn't want to be Jerry Heron anymore because I was embarrassed of her, and I was embarrassed of the things that, I believed, and I hated a lot of things about myself. And so I was so excited to change my name and be someone's wife and be someone else and to be special. New title.
Yeah.
I just wanted to be special, and I was so scared of being average or normal or simple.
I fucking love being simple and average and normal.
Well,
it's
now
so
I do.
Nice.
Now I do. And like, there's nothing wrong with being, I don't want to confuse special and like unique. Do you know what I mean? Because like, I don't want somebody who like dresses in a different way or wears their hair or gets like body modifications or.
I like being simple. And for a long time, I thought that was embarrassing. But I like being simple. But I like wearing the same type of shit all the time. I like liking the same shit. I like having the same hairstyle for fucking 14 years.
But I mean, I think somebody who does look different or has body modifications or does change their hair up 1,000 times or does that, I think that they can still be simple, but they can also be unique. You know what I mean? I wanted to be different than everyone. And even if that didn't even mean physically, I just wanted like my aura to be different. Does that make sense?
100%. I wanted to be the most special human in the world.
I did. And I was constantly seeking that validation. And the reason I wanted to say that is because I don't want people to think that they need to change their quote unquote exterior to be simple. That's not what I'm talking about.
Don't change it to be special if you don't want to. Just be what you want to be.
Yeah.
You want to wear a hoodie and leggings every day for the next 6 months, Sierra? Do that. And I will. Thank you.
And I thank you.
So here's some things you can do. Obviously, therapy, number 1. But there's other things. So you can practice self-awareness and or mindfulness. You can work on attachment insecurities because, again, we talked about it a little bit in part 1. But the thing is, your limerence probably overlaps with attachment anxiety, such as, what is the one that we were talking about? Anxious attachment.
Mm-hmm. Or avoidant or anxious avoidant.
Yes. And so it may be helpful to work towards yourself having a more secure attachment style. First step is knowing your attachment style. So figure that out and then work on that. Mm-hmm. We have a whole episode on that if you Google it or search it on YouTube, what am I, 500 years old?
Yes.
If you search it, you can find it. You can work on improving your own self-worth.
Sorry if you're watching the YouTube and you see me continue glaring off to my left, it's
we had to get Hazel out of here.
Hazel is flopping her body down outside of this door.
And she was flopping her body down around in here and knocking everything over. It was a mess. You can work on improving your own self-worth. So limerence is normally linked with low self-esteem. We talked about that in part 1. So working on your self-worth could help to keep those feelings at bay. You could practice by improving your self-esteem by engaging in hobbies and interests that you enjoy, that make you feel good, spending more time with friends and family, journaling, using self-affirming prompts. And this could be as simple as writing down 3 things that you like about yourself daily, or 3 achievements that you're proud of daily. And it seems like it will feel strange at first, but I did it in therapy and I'm not fucking joking. It works. It starts to retrain your brain to be like, oh my God, I did that and I fucking killed it. Oh my God, I did that. I'm so proud of myself. Oh my God, you are like this. And that's a great trait to have. Like those are things that I really started to be pointing out to myself in like a very, wow, I'm so proud. And that changed my opinion of myself because the voices in my head were like, you're a dumb, lazy whore. You never get out of bed and all you want to do is sleep. And like, that's true. But I also do so much more. Would I rather be in bed? Yeah. And I think what a testament to myself.
Gonna roll? Yeah.
What a testament to myself that I'm able to get out of bed. Anyways.
At all.
Ever. And lastly, you can focus on self-care and self-love. Be kind to yourself. That is number 1. Your brain is doing its best to process its feelings, and there may be a lot more going on under the surface for a lot of us. That starts all the way back in childhood. That can be a tough road to uncover, and just know that these are not feelings that you should be ashamed of. It is just the first step to recognize them. The first step to change them is to recognize them. So, practice putting yourself first. For instance, if you don't really want to go to a party, but you know that they might be at the party, don't go to that party. You know what I mean?
Practice saying no.
Practice saying no.
That's a form of self-care.
It really is, and it really feels nice. It really feels nice. Remember that self-care isn't just always relaxing. And sometimes the best self-care is doing your best to make sure that the work you need to do gets done with or without your limerence as a distraction. So that's another thing that I think you can do to kind of see whether you're in limerence or not is like take some time away for a little bit. See if you can handle that. If it can be like a,
I realized it was a problem when my day depended on someone else's mood.
Oh, 100%.
And my schedule revolved around whether or not somebody else could handle something. And it was like, I'm no longer an independent person navigating the world with a partner. I am an extension of them.
Yeah.
And I would like to reclaim my own autonomy, please.
Yes. Yes.
And if that is not something that your partner thinks that you should have, that is a red flag.
Yep. So, conclusion. You're experiencing limerence without reciprocation. Do your best to turn some of that energy inwards towards yourself. How can you love, validate, and support yourself more on a day-to-day basis? If you're in a relationship with your limerent object and limerence is in the disillusion phase, which we talked about in part 1, remember that this is a natural occurrence and also okay, and that nobody is to blame for it, and that it's okay. Like this could be a step towards actual love, and that's okay. In the space that it leaves behind, you have the opportunity to grow a more stable and emotionally mature relationship, and that's good. That's what we're aiming for. Although limerence can be challenging, it also gives us an opportunity to find out more about ourselves. So again, a positive. Sometimes this could be a hobby we wouldn't have tried otherwise. Sometimes it can be an attachment process that we might not have known that we had. Sometimes it can be even deeper than that. Wherever your limerence leaves you, remember to treat yourself with compassion and patience as you navigate these feelings. And that is the end of Limerence Part 2. I hope you enjoyed it. We fucking really talked a lot.
We sure did talk a lot.
But I think that's good because otherwise, this is just on the internet and you could go read it yourself. So, like, if it was just us reading that to you, how boring would that be?
No, of course not. We also have to get naked in front of you.
Yeah,
and
we got to make it
bare
about
our
ourselves
souls.
a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Why not?
Yeah. Share your thoughts in the comments below.
Please. And if you have time, go ahead and like or subscribe wherever you're at. That helps us out a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And go check us out on social medias and like or subscribe there. So Ladies and Tangents, pretty much everywhere. Go check it out.
Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us on this 2-parter. We've had a lot of fun with you. And we'll see you next week.
All right.
We're out.
Goodbye.